So maybe after this one, it could be to move up to the lightweight division. And if we still have that fake champion in the welterweight division, Bella, that's a easy one for me. And what else? It's Max Holloway, the lightweight title, and the welterweight title. That would be great.
Any response to Bilal saying that he'd slap you around if you met him in person?
He wants to go to the decision with me also.
Feel good, so feel ready. Working hard for that fight. You know, second time I've been in the camp. Last time I was sick. Now, thanks God, we're here.
What you're gonna do? What are you gonna do? Out grapple me? In what sense? What world are you living in? This is the real world. Now, if you're doing this because you fancy yourself a fisticuffs, if you fancy yourself, you wanna actually grapple me, I'm not hard to get a hold of. Pull the f up.
I'm a champion, and then what I see, every champion takes time and enjoy and traveling and do business, and I'm doing same thing. And then usually I get, if I get 2 times fight in 1 year, it's very good in UFC. So, and then I already fought 2 times 2024. I wanna fight 3 times in 2025. So. And that's my plan if it's worked out. So I don't know why people blame on me, like, you know, like I don't want to come back December, like it's stupid. I'm a champion now, and I want to take my time off, and I want to enjoy my time. And so if UFC offers me Sean O'Malley, I would love to fight him. If UFC offer me and somebody else, I will fight. I'm a champion now, and I'm not making, I mean, I don't know, maybe some champion makes decision, but I don't care. They give me whoever is next contender, and I will fight. But my best option will be Sean O'Malley. But hey, if only if UFC wants me fight Sean O'Malley, this way I will fight him. If not, anybody else.
What's your take on Bilal versus Shavkat?
Good one. I think Bilal is going to try and do exactly what he did to Leon, which is pressure, stalk, wrestle, and dominate. I think Shavkat is more confident with his punches and his hooks and his punches to kind of be aggressive. Leo, you are just winding me up on purpose. You're laughing at me. I think Shavkat will probably end up getting a finish, and you are just winding me up, mate. He's laughing at me. I want you to show him in a second. I think Shavkat wins by finish. If not, Bilal will shock the world once more.
Right,
He finally has an opponent.
But it seems, according to Bilal, it seems like he asked for that fight. I mean, how many people are really asking for Shavkat to fight against him? You know, him being undefeated. Obviously, we know that he's good, but how good is he really?
No, it's a tremendous fight. I guess rightfully so. That's the fight to make, because Shavkat's a new face, a newer face, a guy that's 18-0, 18 finishes, and has really done the work that you need him to do with the opponents that you put in front of him. That fight makes sense. It is what it is. We've been waiting just for an announcement, just so we can get some movement in that welterweight division, and now it seems like we're finally going to be able to get some clarity. As I've mentioned before, I got my eye on him. Either one of them, I got my eye on them, because at some point, either one is going to have to come have a conversation with me.
Come here, Bubba. Come here. I trust you.
Oh, still going.
That's it. It's still on. I'm going to get it back. You're going to catch it. Don't let me down, mate. Don't let me down. Go, Bo. No worries.
You're my guy. You remember we were
the first time we worked out?
Yeah, at the FCPI.
Yeah, it's a great story. Go on.
Yeah,
Tell us.
that was amazing. Yeah, and the Shimaev Gourmet Chechen. Yes, he was there. You were with me over there. I was a broken hand yet, but the guy stands by my side the whole time. Yeah, I remember. We are ready to.
You know,
if the brawl starts.
I'm loyal to my friends. You know, everyone knows that from the Diaz brothers I hang out with. I'm loyal because it was there was like 10 of them and just me and you, and it was like
Yes.
I'm not gonna like. Honestly, it was our first time training, but I came there with you to meet you, and it's like, all right, I gotta back you up. I liked you. I'm like, I'm not gonna let 10 guys try to bully you. But it was kind of fake anyways, because Chimaev waited over there in the corner he waited for the video cameras to come in, and then he runs over and is like, let's fight, and then you're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You go after your fight, and he goes, no, let's fight right now, and you're like, I think that's when I walked over and opened the cage. I'm like, all right, and he just stayed outside pretending like they're holding him back. If he wanted to fight you, he would have ran in.
Yeah,
it was all for show. Yeah,
he's got behind the cage, right? Behind the cage. He didn't get in.
And he could have walked in and fought you right away. Instead, he waited for guys to pull him back. They had like 10 of them. I'm like, well, we might get beat up because it's 10 fighters, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna go down fighting with you though. I'm not a coward, you know. I believe in you go down with your boys.
Exactly. You know, it was just me and you, and you stood there. You say, I look to you. I remember I looked to you. I say, yes, I think I pretty much know if we need to get in brawl here, Jack will be here, and let's go.
I even went on his podcast and like just broke him down like verbally, mentally, spiritually, and I could just see it in his face that he did not like not being the guy on top, right? Didn't like being the champion. Even like little parts in his podcast where I was like, yeah, it feels good to be on top. Everybody's looking upward at me. And he was like, I ain't looking upward at you. I'm like, yeah, the rankings tell me that you are looking upward at me. So these guys, they just still have it in their head. They still can't believe it.
A lot of people have been saying, drop the Bilal interview.
Yeah, for those that are wondering you don't know what's going on, or wondering what happened. Last time we were in Vegas, out of respect, we wanted to have Bilal on the podcast. In typical,
Will that 180 be shown?
In typical Bilal fashion, of course, Bilal did Bilal. So the interview didn't go as planned. That was the biggest moment of his life because that's all that he seems to want to talk about. I haven't mentioned it at all.
Podcast sucks.
We hear you fans. We will definitely drop the interview. We get really, really low on content. I mean, why not?
Woo!
To be honest, I mean, it's the biggest moment of his life. That's why he talks about it every second. But and if we do drop the interview, it'll be the second biggest moment of his life because it gives him relevance. It gives him a little bit of clout. Look, I was able to maybe tangle with the champ a little bit, which wasn't that eventful. But if he's able to get through Shavkat Rakhmonov and we run super, super low on content, why not?
Like a fight fan, what did you make of Francis's performance, given everything that's happened to him in his career, the 2 losses in boxing, the loss of his son?
It was better than Don Davis's. Way better. Listen, man, I think that I'm going to tell you what I think about what Francis is all about the money. Francis left because he knew that if he fought John Jones and didn't win, it would hurt his chances of making the money that he wanted to make. But realistically, his deal was bigger here. His deal was bigger here if he stayed in the UFC. I think I've told this story a million times. They can deny it all they want. Why the fuck would I lie? What do I care? It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I was going to cut Francis when he lost 2 in a row. I was going to cut him.
That was after the Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
fight.
Somebody around here begged me not to do it. And, so it wouldn't have mattered to me one way or the other, There's a much deeper story to this whole thing. And he would have made more money if he stayed in the UFC. So he didn't want to fight John Jones. That's a fact, my friend. We're moving on. Obviously, everybody loves Tom Aspinall and wants to see Jones and Aspinall or Stipe and Aspinall. And I feel like when Stipe and John were young, John was 23, youngest champion ever in UFC history, and somebody gave him an opportunity. And I think that Stipe and John, whoever wins, should give Aspinall the same opportunity they had.
So all these rumors of John and Stipe both retiring, have you talked to them about that at all? Or you just hope
Yeah, I think that both John and Stipe will say they're going to retire because they're going to start negotiating, and whatever the negotiation is, we will get the deal done.
Теперь спишь с мыслью о поясе UFC после ислама?
Да, жду, когда он закончит, если честно.
Ну, я и говорю,
Сейчас еще...
цель одна осталась-то, в принципе, да?
Я думаю, если 28 мы залетим, я думаю, с 28 до 32. 26. 2 года еще окрепнуть. И 28 залететь до 32, до 33.
PFL and Bellator, there's you mentioned it earlier, PFL and Bellator. In Bellator, there's an undefeated champion. He's the cousin of Umar Nurmagomedov. His name is Usman Nurmagomedov. Are you ever interested in signing him?
I mean, all their good people want to be over here anyway, so I would imagine that eventually, yes, they will be here. Nobody wants to fight in the fucking PFL, except for Francis.
And I saw him working with the backs. Bro, what the fuck is this? Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're doing the same exact drill on top of your one bag. What are you talking about? Same exact drill. Same exact drill. What are you talking? And you know it. You're laughing because you know it.
Him and Joe. I don't fucking know who's Joe. Who's Joe?
What? What?